What's going on? Welcome to the live stream. I'm Rob. I go live 5 days a week. Every weekday. I should say that, not 5 days a week, because who knows? Those 5 days could be weekends. We're going to talk about Brett. Good old boy, Favre. And I'll say this, I'm biased. I don't like Brett Favre. I never have. When I was on the radio, I wrote a parody song about how much I hated him. I cannot stand Brett Favre. I never liked him. And guess what? The news surrounding Brett, not when he testified, but what he was testifying about, that he received TANF funds, welfare funds, kind of confirmed my suspicions that he's a selfish piece of human excrement. I've always thought that, though. Never liked the dude. Maybe it was because I was a Patriots fan. Maybe it was just because he looks like a dick. I do not like Brett Favre. We're going to talk about him. I'm going to start at the beginning. Maybe you've seen all the headlines about Brett Favre announces he has Parkinson's. How convenient that Brett Favre drops that when he's testifying in front of Congress about receiving misused, illegally, what would you call it? Illegal use of welfare funds. Now remember, Brett Favre is in the good old Mississippi. And he was getting those funds for the University of Southern Mississippi. Which, by the way, the poverty rate, the illiteracy rate, all these rates in Mississippi is horrible. Was Brett Favre trying to help the communities? No. Was he receiving any funds to help anyone other than his own family? No. He was trying to get a volleyball stadium built for his daughter's, his alma mater, his daughter's university, which I'm sure she got in there on her academics alone. I'm sure that's what it was. No nepotism there. But we're going to start at the beginning of the Brett Favre saga, because that's some stuff I want to break down. It's also interesting, and there are a ton of links down below. I highly suggest you read. I'll put maybe 9 articles, different articles, especially the ones from the Mississippi Free Press, because there's also news about the reporter who broke that scandal wide open. $77 million. Kathy Capucci, what's up? What's up, Kathy? My old friend from the North Shore. I'm over in the city of Lynn right now. I was picking up some French pastries. I love this little pastry shop in Lynn, so I come down here. Wow, I live on the border, so let's face it, I'm basically in Lynn anytime I gotta do anything. But what's up, Kathy? Good to see you. Chris Honeycutt, what's up, dude? Talking about Brett Favre. I don't know if anybody likes Brett Favre, but he's a piece of human excrement. Why doesn't Brett Favre try to go to space? One-way ticket. Elon, send him there. Hate Elon. For Scotland. For Scotland? What? No sound. Can you not hear me? Kathy, can you hear me? I'll trust Kathy to tell me. Yeah, Kathy can hear me because she's repeating. AD, your sound might be off, homie. Power it off, unplug it, and plug it back in. All right? I'll bill you my IT fee. We're going to talk about Brett Favre. But actually, before we do that, because I do talk about news, welcome to the channel. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. We're on our way to 7 million subs. 7 million subscribers. We're going, thank you, Scrony Depp. Scrony Depp. I didn't read your name before I read it out loud. That's a funny name. First like. Thank you. Yeah, hit the like. YouTubers say for the algorithm. I don't give a shit about the algorithm. I'm here to just be real, give you some news commentary. A genre I've dubbed newsmentary, where I talk about the news and give you my commentary. I'm not here to play with kid gloves and pretend like, oh, I'm unbiased and like drama alert or what's that Keemstar? That little elf that's on YouTube? who pretends like he just deals in the news, or even Philly DeFranco, who I'm trying to surpass right now. That's why I need your help getting subscribers. He's at 7 million. We're going to crack 7 million, so go ahead and hit that subscribe. I go live 5 days a week, but I'm not here to play with kid gloves. I'm going to tell you I'm very biased. Brett Favre, man, that guy is the living embodiment of a fart. A wet fart. That's what Brett Favre is. And he looks like a Muppet. He looks like a rejected Jim Henson Muppet. Jim Henson even made him as a Muppet and said, nah, not good enough, and threw him away right to Mississippi. The old fart in Mississippi. That's what he is. North Shore. Yeah. We're in Boston. I'm in Lynn right now. Will Cole Roger that. Jesus. Enough call signs in your name? I like it. How much for Brett Favre? Fair rookie? What? But before we keep talking about the Brett Favre stuff, I just want to, because I've seen people talking about the old Dusty Crumbs diddler. Oh shit, I think school's getting out here in Lynn. That means it's almost time for me to skedaddle. But did you guys see what Diddy Combs' lawyer was saying about the 1,000 bottles of lube? Did anybody see that? Yo, he said Diddy lives down the street from Costco and we all shop in bulk, so you can't make any accusations, which is the funniest thing. And like, you know, Diddy's lawyer is making millions on this case, right? He's going to make at least $1 million doing this work, probably more. And for him to come up with that is hilarious. That's so funny. That's like, bro, at this point, Diddy's lawyer, whatever his name is, just shut your mouth. Like, you dude better just say, like, we're fighting this case, and that's it. Just less is more at this point, buddy. And the funniest thing is like, yo, Diddy's got to hear about this stuff in a cell after. Yo, his lawyer literally said Diddy lives down the street from Costco. I linked that down there, too. Diddy's going down real hard, Jim Benson. What's up? Good to see you. Oh, and you've seen it, too. I'm from Springfield. Whoo! Springfield. That's a tough city, man. I love it out there, though. Basketball Hall of Fame. Got some friends from Springfield. Shout out Springfield. Know what that blonde beard's from. Yo, it just grows in blonde. What are you judging me for, man? Jesus. But yeah, Diddy's lawyer. If you haven't seen it, I linked it down in the... I link everything I talk about in the description if it's planned. And just read that article. Trust me, you'll enjoy that this dude gets paid so much money. Like, Diddy is, at this point, burning his money on this lawyer because this lawyer is saying just dumb stuff. I don't want to answer that one, P-Row. Lube lace with GHB. Did you guys see? Listen, if you're not on Twitter and you don't follow 50 Cent on Twitter, let me just tell you this. 50 Cent is one of the funniest dudes on Twitter. And with this whole Diddy thing, he posted a thing of baby oil, but it says Diddy oil. And it's just, trust me, 50 Cent on Twitter is amazing. It's so funny. But let's talk real quick about the Brett Favre stuff, because school is getting out. There's too many kids walking around. That means I can't get caught behind a school bus. We'll go live again later, so please hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live, because there's a lot to dive into with this Brett Favre stuff. And you're probably seeing, this is why I hate the mainstream media, because local independent journalists, especially, are the ones that make stories. You know, the people in your neighborhood reporting on things, the people on the ground, not these, you know, giant corporations. And the Mississippi Free Press is the one that busted this welfare fund misusage story wide open. And now the reporter, who's being sued by the former governor of Mississippi, the one who was in charge while all this stuff was going down, she's being sued by him. And the Mississippi Free Press is being sued because he wants, he's fighting her on a defamation thing, which I think is wild in itself. But I guess Mississippi doesn't have journalist shield laws, what they called it, like laws to shield journalists from having to give up their sources when a case breaks open like this. And it's weird that this dude was in charge. Brett Favre they have the text messages between this former governor and Brett Favre. Like, he's consciously and willingly involved in this thing, and he's trying to sue for defamation. Like, bro, you don't be involved in it. Your people that were appointed were the ones handling this. And the weird thing is, too, is out of the 6 people who were, like, criminally kind of involved, only 5 of them have been criminally charged. Brett Favre, no criminal charges, but everybody around him in this has been criminally charged. And that window, the statute of limitations, is closing. So why isn't Brett Favre getting charged? Is it because he's a rich white dude in Mississippi? Missouri? What state is it? They're all... I don't like any of them states, I'll be honest with you. I mean, there are people that are cool there, but the states in general, just... Get out of here, glow bag. Man, these people got nothing better to do. P-Row, that was a pretty good one. I love 50. Reports to the nearest rainbow. Yo. But this Brett Favre thing, right? When you break it down, yesterday all the news now is covering that Brett Favre announces he has Parkinson's. I'm like, oh, I love how it's a pity party for Brett. When in reality, why is he announcing that? Why is he weaving that into his testimony? Because he's testifying in front of Congress about getting welfare funds to build a volleyball stadium at his daughter and his alma mater. Now, I just wanted to point out that this whole thing started because not that Brett Favre wanted to help the community, help kids in need, do anything good for society, but just to help his own kin, right? And to build a volleyball stadium, like the point of excess. And the fact that he was trying to get taxpayer money, federal tax money that was allotted for whatever to build this volleyball stadium, to me speaks so loudly. Because he wasn't trying to go to outside funds. He wasn't trying to go to probably his wealthy friends. He probably has a lot of wealthy friends. But if Brett Favre was trying to specifically get the taxpayer funds in Mississippi, I think it is. I said it earlier. University of Southern Mississippi. The fact that my dad used to live in the same town as Brett Favre when he was a kid and student in the school, coach at Jackass. He used to come in, feed all his friends, and then try to walk out. I can't vouch for any of that, but, you know, I don't doubt it, because the fact that Brett Favre was trying to use taxpayer money to build a volleyball stadium and not go like to a venture capitalist, not go to his football buddies, not go to his rich friends, but he went right to the governor. They have texts, again, link in the description. They have texts from him to the governor. And the governor's now suing, trying to put a journalist in jail if she doesn't reveal her sources that helped break this case wide open. And that's the other weird thing. If you were the governor, right, and you really had nothing to do with it, and you know, didn't want your reputation tarnished, if it breaks, if a story breaks, a journalist breaks a story that 77 million of welfare funds were being misused illegally, you'd be thanking that journalist. You'd be like, thank God I appointed those people. They went behind my back. I mean, just the whole vibe is wrong, right? The whole vibe is wrong in this, because if you were really nothing to do with this and you didn't like these people that you were associated with, that you appointed there, you didn't want Brett Favre getting that, whether they knew or not, you'd be like, 77 million is a large chunk of money, and that's money to the most vulnerable people in our state. And I'm glad this journalist did that work. Thank you for figuring this out. We weeded out the rats. We got rid of them. Like, why isn't he acting like that? Instead, he's trying to sue the press for defamation. Like, this dude is fucking whack. And Brett Favre is his boy. Personal number, texting him. Oh, damn, the buses. All right. Are you talking about the QB? Why is he even eligible for that money? He wasn't eligible for the money. That's the thing. He got it illegally. They paid him in speaking fees. And I'll say he paid it back, but why was he not criminally charged and 5 other people involved with this criminally charged? Plus, he didn't pay back the interest that he owes, and that's why they're still going after him. That's why he's still in a civil case, because he only paid back what he took. He didn't pay back the interest that anybody else in their right mind or in society that would have been accused of this would have had to pay back. And it's just fucking nuts. It's just nuts that this dude, this entitled, can go in front of Congress and drop that. I watched the video. He's like, well, and I lost money on this investment medical company. You know, it's close to me because it's CTE and football injuries, and I just diagnosed with Parkinson's. I conveniently dropped that to get the pity party playing for him. World's smileless violin, buddy. Fuck you. You know what? You got the money to have any kind of doctor, any kind of anything, and there are people out there getting diagnosed with it that can't even access healthcare. So go fuck yourself while you're testifying about the misused funds while you're the only one. 6 people involved in this, 5 of them criminally charged. You're the only one that doesn't create a criminal indictment, anything, nothing. I hate Brett Favre. Human excrement. He is the walking embodiment of a fart. He looks like a Muppet that Jim Henson said, not good enough. And Jim Henson didn't say that about a lot of Muppets that I'm aware of. So this is crazy. And again, I link all these things down in the description because you need to, and there's like 10 articles down there, okay? Diddy's one of them. But there's a lot of articles going through the text. Every text they have, all this stuff between him and the governor. Like he used his power and influence and they paid him in speaking fees, which turned out to be welfare funds that they were misusing. That's why this whole thing became criminal, civil, all this. But nice arm though. Fuck him. Sorry, Wonder, but I don't give a shit about your arm when you're, getting paid millions of dollars in speaking fees and you're lobbying to use tax. That's what I mean. It doesn't matter if he knew or not. He was, at the end of the day, my moral compass says if you're trying to use taxpayer funded money for your daughter's own volleyball stadium, not going to like your other resources, because he has access to many, many wealthy people. And he went right to the governor to say like, hey, there's taxpayer money that we could use for this volleyball thing. Like, fuck you, bro. I'm sure there's a lot of things in Mississippi that need that taxpayer money. And it's not a fucking volleyball thing for your daughter. Sorry. But And that's what I mean, the basis of this, how this all kicked off. And it's just hard for me to believe that the governor and Brett Favre, the two most powerful, high-profile names that you would know and understand, they're the ones that are in charge. They're the ones that don't get in trouble. Like, how is it everybody else takes a fall? That's why in the Diddy case, it's good to see Diddy sitting in the cell rotting, because usually it's all the low-level people that can't pay their bills, can't pay the high-quality lawyers to get him out, and all those little people go to jail and the big people get to stay out and stay on home arrest or whatever. So it's good to see finally the justice system's doing something. But then again, you could even get into it's set up for just whatever. Especially in Mississippi. Amen, Jen Benson. Amen. So that's my newsman Terry today. It's not going to be unbiased. I'm very biased. And Brett Favre going after taxpayer money in Mississippi, whether it was welfare or not, the fact that he was trying to use that for a volleyball court. I've never been to Mississippi. I drove through Arkansas once, and I'm guessing it's probably like Mississippi. And fuck, they need that tax money for other things. Tell you that. Just look at the poverty rates, the illiteracy rate. Those are things that really, if he was like, I was trying to use it to start reading programs, kickstart Reading Rainbow again, I would be all for him. But no, a volleyball stadium, Brett Favre, have you no fucking any kind of moral compass, ethical, whatever, I don't know. It's despicable. And reading all this stuff, again, breathe, Rob, Wilco, roger that, Wilco, roger that. I know, I get fired up on this one. Listen, because the buses are really coming out. I'm sorry. I stopped. I've been reading all this stuff all day. I'm consumed by it because this journalist might be looking at jail time for a contempt of court charge if she doesn't give up her source. But journalists can't give up their source. That's why almost all states outside of Mississippi and a few others that I'm guessing are in the South have these laws to shield journalists, especially when it's not like lies. There were no lies involved in this. This became a real criminal case. So she did the state a favor. I don't know how the governor's suing her and not thanking her. Obviously, he's fucking tapped in the head. Old rich white guy. Good old boys. I hate them. I hate every last one of them. I hate the Dukes of Hazzard. I hate their fucking car. I hate every single one of them. I don't play that game. But anyways, so yeah, I do get fired up. Sorry, my turn a little red. I gotta run and finish my errands, and right now it's hectic time. So listen, let's jump back on tonight about 10 o'clock. How about that? So do me a favor, hit subscribe and hit the notify bell, because I love people up in here. Wonder, Jen, always good to see you guys. Wilco, roger that. Appreciate you stopping by. I hope you subscribe as well. The Wonderful World of Aiden C. Who else is in here? Oh, Scrawny Depp. Scrawny Depp, how could I forget that name? So please, guys, hit subscribe, but also hit the notification bell, because I'm trying to also make sure YouTube's notifying people. I think my channel got shadow banned a while ago, because I don't play the game. People say I don't play the game. I don't want to play the game. I just want to be me, and I just want to talk about shit like a real person. So thank you, Wilco, roger that. I'm just going to call you roger that, because I'm going to roger that to everything you say. Jen. So just make sure you hit the notification bell, because I want to make sure people get notified when I go live, because these lives talking about newsmentary. It's not just my commentary, it's your commentary too. I want to hear what you guys have to say, because if you disagree, let me know. But yeah, we'll talk about this later.